Hi there, my name is Jason Sherwood. I'm the set designer for the Taming of the Shrew, Shakespeare Theater, directed by Ed Sylvanus Iskandar. Here I am in my studio in New York City where I go through the design process on all the shows that I work on in a given year. The Taming of the Shrew right now in our particular process is in the scene shop, which means we have designed the show. We've moved through the entire ideas process, which for us included dozens of versions of the design and countless storyboards and sketches and technical drawings and 3D renderings and 3D mock-ups and many different scenarios for what the design could be based on what we wanted to achieve with this kind of all-new, immersive, music-infused staging of the Taming of the Shrew. And now the hardworking staff at Shakespeare Theater is taking all of those elements and bringing them into 3 dimensions, which is a pretty complex process and time-consuming and expensive. It begins with taking all of the drawings and the paint elevations that we've provided that kind of explain what the design is on paper and in miniature, and working into sampling. So our show, for example, takes place within a big gold box, essentially. It's all about the commodified world where women are bought and sold. And so we wanted to create a space that reflected that. And so we came up with the idea of this enormous gold backdrop and this huge gold floor and this large rotating gold monument at the center of that. And so the first step was to figure out how we wanted to achieve that kind of really sexy gold feeling. So right back here is one of our paint samples for a large piece of fabric. And then these are some smaller ones that the staff at Shakespeare Theater, our incredible scenic painter Sally Glass and her team created. So there's kind of a whole bunch of things that we have to decide on as we start to move into 3 dimensions. What the exact finishes are going to be, how we're going to achieve them, and how they all kind of fit together to make the show that we want, within our resources and time. We also have a huge collaboration with props during this period where the show is now in rehearsal. The actors are all together with the rest of the creative team creating it in DC, and they're figuring out what they need for particular moments. X number of chairs or a wagon, or what items they're discovering that are important to different storytelling moments. So then it's about kind of collaborating on those elements and deciding how they fit into the world that we've created. In a few weeks, the set will be loaded into the theater, and we will begin to layer in lights and sound. The actors will come onto the stage into costume. We'll layer in automation, which is moving scenery that's controlled by motors and machines, like flying elements, or in our case, a very large rotating 20-something foot tall structure that people climb all over the entire show, which is pretty complex. And we'll rehearse with all of those elements all together. And then we'll layer in the final element, probably the most important element, which is our audience, especially for a show like this, which is going to be immersive and which is going to deal with the audience kind of interacting with the space in a way that is unique at Shakespeare Theater. And we'll get to meet kind of the people that we're making the show for the first time, which is a lot of you guys. Which is kind of the most exciting part. We get to see what works and what doesn't work, what people are reacting to, and we all get to kind of engage in a big party together, which I think will be pretty fantastic. We're looking forward to having you at the show. This is just a little glimpse into kind of what's been going on at the shop and our set in progress for the Taming of the Shrew. We'll see you soon.